Hey guys, it's Crowbarzero, and we're talking about this little Palingenesis thing and some of the research that I've come up with. Um, you get some of these grails each time you complete a story, and depending on the only servant that I can feature here is Emia. Use one of these grails, and you can raise up their max level. You get them from the story, as I think I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so, generally the community will say use it on your favorite servants. But that sometimes really isn't productive. For example, Waver. Um, he's not really gonna get a whole lot out of it because his strength lies in his skills, not in his stats, not in his noble phantasm. He really doesn't get a lot out of giving him a grail. Same thing if you have Jean. Um, yeah. Some of the units, as far as like getting the most out of the stats, Hercules is actually a pretty good one for grailing, just because when you grail, the levels that are based off of that and the stat gains are based on the character's base stats when they start out, not what they are at what at the max level that they're at, which is 80 for 4-star servants, 90 for 5-star servants, and less for lesser star servants. Yeah, so Berserkers generally have the best in the way of stat gains. Their noble phantasms are geared for damage generally. Um, Hercules is also a single target noble phantasm, so you can get a decent chunk of damage on those big single target bosses with this guy. Um, yeah. So there's lots of other viable options. I think right now in North America, there's just not really any need to grail any characters. Some people will do it on like their Gene or whoever, just because they like them. But right now, like, we can raise our characters up really high level compared to the content that's going on. It's like, you can roll through a lot of the content and still have all of your front row characters up and running even at the end. Uh, that can even hold true if you're going against some of the demon pillar bosses. So yeah, just a little bit of some thoughts on that. The classes that are probably not going to get a whole lot in general are your caster classes that tend to be mostly all support. Also, if you're running something like a crit star generator, like let's say, what's on? You're not going to get more crit stars just for grailing them up. You might get some stats. Fortunately, this guy has some pretty poor stats, but he's great at dropping crit stars, and that's a fixed value. So I'm not going to be grailing him. I would say if you're building a quick team, whoever your the Star Hog is, let's say if you get Gene Alter, which I'm going to be trying for, she's got a skill to increase like all the stars that she absorbs. She's got a pretty high star absorption. She's going to be critting pretty hard generally, and she does pretty good damage against all classes. That would be a pretty viable one. But in the end, it's grail who you want to. They'll definitely hold off. There's a lot of waifus that are coming up. Some of them are like limited. So yeah, it's just some of my thoughts on that. I hope you found that information useful, and I will catch you later.